for spraying assault gear just to listen to this show. Clean up in aisle 5.
What kind of talk is that? Do we all talk that kind of English where you come from? What? Hey, what's that?
Whoa. There isn't a switch that we can turn it on or off.
That's it. This is just too weird.
There can be only one.
Dude, this is freaking weird.
Cool party.
The first rule of
The Entertainment Roundtable.
is you do not talk about
The Entertainment Roundtable.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Let's assume for a moment that you are a dishonest man.
Assume away.
Wonder Twin powers activate!
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
We've been on a lot of adventures together, but it seems like you haven't learned anything.
That's the fact, yeah!
Now, shall we begin?
It's time!
Welcome in to another Friday evening, and that means another round of the Entertainment Roundtable. I think the only guy that we're missing is Jeff.
Yeah.
We've actually added a couple of guys
I started saying
who haven't been here in a while. The guy that you just hear, he's over to my right. That's Jacob. How are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
You and I have spent way too much time together this week watching movies that, holy cow. I think you guys, and by the way, welcome back to Josh.
I'm back. I'm filling in for Jeff tonight.
Yeah, Jeff's got a family emergency, so he's got an excused absence. You were talking when you and the Irwin brothers were doing October. You were talking about how you basically lived here at the radio station.
We did. This was our place.
I think for the last 3 days I've lived in Amstar Theaters in Alabaster.
You know what? Yeah. I'm shocked because this is usually when we have these roundtables. I'm always talking about all the movies I see, and you guys are like, we don't get to the movies that much. You guys
change.
Yeah, like
the tables have literally
crazy.
flipped.
Yeah,
I haven't seen half the amount of movies you guys have.
Yeah, really. Catch up.
I know this is awkward. I was
AJ, how you doing, man?
I'm too blessed to be depressed.
All right, turn these microphones up, would you, Dustin? Come on, man. What are we paying you for? How are you?
I'm too blessed to be depressed.
Good deal. All right, we're going to get that fixed. David, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Everything good?
Everything is fine.
Fantastic. And then the guy you've heard on the phone, but he's now live and in person, Mike.
I'm doing pretty stellar today.
You all right? Yeah. All good? Dustin, you okay? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm peachy. His is broke.
His is...
Microphone, huh?
All right, here's the deal. We're gonna get to this here. We're gonna get to this here real quick. So stick around for this. Ryan, welcome in. How are you tonight, man?
I am doing very well, Steve. Gentlemen, how are we all doing on this electrifying Friday?
We're all going to be fighting for airtime. That's how we're all
Yeah.
doing.
It's my turn.
That's right. You can catch us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. How do they follow us on Twitter?
At 101 Roundtable. Sorry, caught me off guard.
Get rid of the la 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 and then start with the...
At 101 Roundtable on Twitter.
Kind of like the la la la.
La 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 la.
I still haven't followed us on Twitter.
You gotta follow us.
Twitter wouldn't allow us that many
Tons
characters.
of movie news.
Facebook, by the way, don't forget Whatever with Steve West. Appreciate it. All right, here we go. It's been a couple of weeks for you, so if there's anything here that you haven't reviewed, just real quick. In at number 10, Man of Steel. Kevin Hart, Let Me Explain, the stand-up comedy movie, still doing well. In at number 9, $4.7 million. White House Down in at number 8, World War Z in at number 7. Monsters University, another $10.6 million. In at number 6, $237.
I don't think I said anything about that last time.
Quick.
I predicted it. I didn't like it. I thought it was terrible. It was a good animated film, but it was so bad for Pixar to me. Mm-hmm. So out of 10 stars, I'd probably give it a 2, honestly.
Yeah, and you're a notoriously hard reviewer, but for you to be that bad on an animated film
on an animated film
worse.
That was a Pixar film is all the things it could be. I mean, I was so disappointed. Honestly, I wish it was better, but I kind of thought it was going to be this way, and it was.
All right. So. Lone Ranger in at number 5, $11.5 million, $71.5. The Heat in at number 4, $14 million, $112.4 there. Pacific Rim in at number 3, $37.2 million. It came in at number 3, and Ryan, I'm going to go to you here. Is this disappointing, or is this where they were figuring it was going to be? Was it better? What's the deal on 37.2?
They were expecting this film to come in around $45 to $46 million for Pacific Rim.
Some people are thinking this could be a bust. Do we agree with this? I mean, we went around the round table here last week.
Oh, did you?
And as a general rule, we all liked it. Real quick, you've seen it. What'd you think?
I loved it. Honestly, I think my new rule is going to be go in with low expectations, expect everything will suck, and then you'll be very excited when you come out, because I thought Pacific Rim was probably one of my favorite films that have come out this year.
And your ultimate rating is?
Oh, out of 10, I'd probably give it a 6.
Nice.
That was a good rating for me.
And so, Ryan, you've seen it since, right?
Yes, sir, I have seen the film.
Your review is?
I would say that I did my very best to sit down and watch this film and enjoy it, but the problem was that it is unquestionably, undoubtedly, undeniably 2,500 tons of awesome.
Oh, yeah!
And your ultimate number is?
At the end of the day, for the action that I saw and the realness that this was, it was so realistic to me. Every dollar that went into this film was shown on screen. I give it a solid 8 for 10, baby.
Yeah, and that's about what we figured we probably gave it around the table, even considering the fact that Jeff gave it a 12 years old out of 10, which is still one of my favorite reviews of all time.
That's a good one.
I would say probably we were sitting for Pacific Rim on average about 8.5. Somewhere in that area.
Yeah, probably
that's right up the alley.
It was one of the only
give it
films.
a 9 out of 10. Actually,
I went into that movie, and when I don't have this experience a lot. I'm watching the film, and I'm excited about what's coming next. I'm just like when the robot drops into the water and the massive alien is there. I'm just like, oh, it's gonna be awesome while I'm watching it, not in the trailer.
Here's the deal: 4 films coming out this week. Any chance that this kind of sustains some momentum, or is this thing going to drop like a rock?
No, I'm sorry to jump in there.
No, go ahead, real quick.
I think that the test of time with this movie is going to be how well it does consistently. Because I think that it was very underrated going in, and I think all of us now are a testament to how well it's going to do. I think everyone's saying, you know what? It was good.
Ryan, you think it's got legs like that?
Yes, sir. The movie-going audience last weekend were stupid, and they saw 2 films that didn't deserve to be top dogs. Pacific Rim deserved to be top dogs. So with the word of mouth and the internet buzz, I think this movie's going to make more money as time goes on.
Jacob, you agree? Legs?
Yeah, I think it's got some legs. I don't know if it's gonna do well with its budget, but I think it's gonna go a little longer than you think.
Record.
I don't think it has legs as far as the box office is concerned, but I think it's really going to pick up in DVD and Blu-ray.
Oh, this thing's going to make a killing in the aftermarket, no doubt about it. AJ, you're nodding your head. You agree?
Yep.
Good deal. Mike?
I say it's going to do real good.
All right. I know that he's buying it because he's got a 10-year-old who just loved it to death.
Well, a 9-year-old.
9-year-old, whatever.
And he renamed the car.
He renamed his dad's car. One of the names of the characters in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Gypsy Danger?
Yeah, my son did that.
I seem to actually remember you saying that on the phone last week. Okay.
Yeah.
In at number 2, Grown Ups 2. I mean, we kind of predicted this. It's Adam Sandler. It's typical Adam Sandler. It's going to do well, at least in its first week or 2. And then after that, we'll see if it has any legs. $41.5 million.
That's not typical Adam Sandler anymore. Most of Adam Sandler's movies have tanked almost embarrassingly for the last couple movies.
For good reason.
This kind of goes back to some of his older stuff.
This goes back to original
exactly.
Adam Sandler.
Because this actually had story instead of him just being
honestly,
stupid for the
this is
entire time.
the first win in a while for Adam Sandler.
Yeah, $41.5 million on its opening weekend, but it couldn't beat out Despicable Me 2. $43.8 million, and it's up over $200 million. So we just keep racking up the $200 million films this year. 228.4 there. You've seen it?
Yeah. I loved it, man. I love the Despicable Me brand. I freaking love those Minions, and we were hungry for Minions, and they gave us twice as many as we needed, so it was awesome.
AJ, since you're the man right over there and you have the plan, we've got some giveaways that we're going to be doing here as we go through the course of tonight.
Yes, we have 2 prize packs, 2 grown-up, 2 prize packs, which includes hat, beach blanket, beach ball, inflatable tube, sun visors. I mean, we just got it all. 1 XL, 1 medium, and also some movie passes where you can actually go check out any movie you want at Amstar Cinema in Alabaster.
So we're ready to go with that, and that's where we've been spending our life, it seems like. So let's go ahead and get into that. The one film that we haven't seen this weekend, The Conjuring. This is Vera Farmiga, Ron Livingston, horror thriller based upon the true story of a family calling on a paranormal investigators because of terror in the home. Basically, this is the combination of the Amityville horror with reality shows. They say it's based on a true story. Ryan, you know anything about this other than the fact that it's probably going to get swamped?
I know that it's been getting wonderful ratings on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
They are loving this film.
Wow. I was surprised because I wasn't hearing a lot about this film, and then all of a sudden, bam! This week, everyone's talking about it.
Top 5 in money?
Oh, I say it's number one.
Yes.
I say it's number one.
You say it's number
yeah,
one?
Surprisingly, I think it's number one.
It is different from anything else that's out there.
I feel like everyone's done a lot of action, like with Pacific Rim and a lot of movies like that, and they're a little bit. They're time for a little scary.
Different. It is different from anything else that's out there. There's no horror films in there. There's a couple of comedies, a stand-up comedy, and a whole lot of action, and a couple of animated.
Do I think it is worthy of the number one slot? I'm not. That's debatable, but I think the timing is right.
Okay.
For this to be number one this week.
All right. Then we'll go. We'll start with the animated film here. Turbo. Voices of Ryan Reynolds, Paul Giamatti, Samuel L. Jackson, and a whole lot of others. Tale of a snail who wants to race in the Indy 500. Jacob and I, you went to go see it. We went to go see it. Sort of.
Yeah.
On Wednesday when it came out. I'll start with you.
Well, I think I'll sum this review up by the first words that I said to Steve after I got done with this movie was, I think it would have been better, more entertained if I'd have stayed home and done homework.
Oh, man.
It really was that bad. It was boring. It was very predictable. The voice acting was not even very interesting. I fell asleep in the climax of the movie. Just a bad movie. I just didn't like it.
Let me bring Dustin in this real quick. Dustin, next hour.
Yes,
8 o'clock hour is
fastest hour in radio,
which is all about
racing.
Turbo is all about
racing.
I agree. I agree with everything Jacob just said, including the fact that the snail is racing in the Indy 500, and I'm the guy that started the fastest hour in radio all about racing. I fell asleep in the movie theater.
That's horrible.
That's a first.
4 out of 10 for me. What are you giving it, Jacob?
I'm giving it a 3 out of 10.
Wow.
Yikes.
It needed to be much
I feel like I
better
just
than what
came
it
from
was.
the funeral of a movie.
Needed to be much better than what it was.
As much as they built it up, you expected some high, fast, racing.
Honestly, I think
stuff.
that DreamWorks built that up because they knew it sucked so bad. They
This
needed to make back.
this thing was out of gas and had 4 flat tires before it even got out of the pits.
Ooh. And that's some racing terminology.
All right, let's go to the one we just saw earlier today, R.I.P.D, which stands for the Rest in Peace Department. Jeff Bridges, Kevin Bacon, Ryan Reynolds about a cop who's killed, begins to work for an afterlife agency battling spirits that are not ready to leave the world. Jacob.
Oh, R.I.P.D. And as much as I went into this movie wanting to hate this movie, I wanted to. Because the plot is so much. This is a Saturday morning cartoon, and I fully expect next, TV season there will be a Saturday morning cartoon based off of this movie. It's coming. I haven't seen it. That's actually happening, but expect it. It was good, campy fun.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys' standards maybe lowered the last few days because you watched so many movies?
I don't think so. Literally. I wanted to hate it, but the script is good. The acting is actually good, even with Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is actually a decent actor in this movie. The middle is probably my drawback from the movie. Is that there really isn't much of a middle to the movie. There's you get the beginning and it's fully fleshed out, and you get this really great ending scene. But this basically you jump from he's starting in this thing and now we gotta save the world, But loved it. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Goodness,
7 out of 10. All right, I got to admit I'm right along with that. I'm right at about a 7 out of 10. I walked in there kind of like you did with Pacific Rim. I walked in there thinking this is just going to be horrible. But I'm going to watch it just to see. Jeff Bridges eats up scenery like you wouldn't believe. Ryan Reynolds, to me, was the weakest point in this film. I think Kevin Bacon actually did a very good job with what he had. He kind of played a little bit both sides of the aisle, not to give anything away from it. I would agree with you. For a film that's all of about 90 minutes long, because, it's a very short film. We walked out of the film, I looked at my watch, and I went, wow, really? We were out. The film started at 1:50. We were out at 3:30.
Really?
Yeah, short film. But
was it better than Men in Black 2?
It was. Oh yeah,
yeah.
This was
easily.
This was the attempt of doing Men in Black in the afterlife.
Basically.
Yeah, and you kind of had the same kind of vibe. I would say this. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to go out and buy it when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray or anything like that. But it was fun to watch. and I would go and see it again, given the proper opportunity, or if it came on TV and there wasn't anything else on, I'd probably sit and watch it for a little while. It's just kind of good, campy fun, and enjoyable. It slows down. I mean, for a 90-minute film, it actually slows down in the middle. They bog themselves down, and then they go, oh, wait a minute, we have an out, and then they start making action again. So yeah, I would say 7 out of 10. Not bad.
Good.
I feel like we're trying to find the healthy choice at McDonald's here. We're just talking about what's the best.
My question is, what's
terrible.
wrong with Saturday morning cartoons?
There's nothing wrong.
No, absolutely nothing at all.
Honestly,
especially not the way that they did it in this film, because you could see this easily translate into a Saturday morning cartoon, because there wasn't anything in there that was really just, a kid like your 9-year-old.
Yeah.
It's rated PG-13 in the movie theater, but it's really only because of kind of cartoonish violence. That's
a little bit of language.
Really, just very little bit of language. This could easily translate into a cartoon without, you don't have to deal with all the bloodshed and everything like that. It actually worked out pretty well.
I stayed away from it because it reminded me of Dylan Dog.
Oh, you mean the Dead of Night movie? Yeah.
Yeah. Awful.
I haven't seen that.
I want to go to see this movie now. I wasn't going to. Just to come back here and say, what was wrong with you guys? This movie sucked.
I have to admit, I'm having a similar reaction.
I'm like, I just want to go there and be like, what are they?
I will be interested to see what you think.
I feel
if you
like
do go
Steve
see
and
this,
Jacob have been
Dude,
bought out by the movie executives.
I didn't give it a 10.5 out of 10.
Chill.
Yeah, I'd love to go.
His honor is on the line.
Oh, this is my favorite film of all time. No, it's not.
Now, I'd love to be able to go see it, but I'd also have to get permission from the missus and enough allowance from her. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
there's other sound effects for that. I'm not going to get into it.
And
let's get into
It just got a little warm in here. I think I just got burned.
And you AJ, you went to go see it. Let's go ahead and get your review on it before we take off here. AJ went to go see. You went to go see it last night. Jacob and I went to go see it early this afternoon. The first thing that you said to me was you kind of would have rather have seen this in a particular format.
I think it is probably best if you saw it in 3D, because I think just the action, the characters, the way they shot it, it had that 3D feel. And I know it seemed like they actually shot it in 3D, and the 2D kind of takes away from the actual movie. But I do have to agree. I give it a 7, just for that fact. Ryan, he was okay in the movie. Jeff Bridges, he was fantastic.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges makes the movie.
Yeah, you cannot go wrong with Jeff Bridges.
No, and the way that I mean, I'm not taking anything away from the movie, but the way that he played when he comes back, and it's like the female and him in different ways they did it and they positioned him, it was just fantastic. I thought it was fun. It's a good movie. It's a good movie to take your kids to go watch, have a good time. It does resemble Men in Black type of movie. Yeah. But you know what? If you want something to kind of just get away and be entertained and watch, there's like a new modern Men in Black / Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
If you want something like that, and you just want to get away, have a good time, and laugh, this is the movie you should go see.
There you go. So all of us, well, 3 of us, agree it's 7. So there you go. Go see it. I'll be interested to see what you think, Josh.
I'm going to go see it.
Yeah.
And then he'll come in and he'll give it a 1.
No, what if I come in here? What if I come in here and I give it a 10 out of 10?
If you give it a 10 out of 10, I'm going to
that
whack
is
that
snow.
Yankees hat off your head.
Pigs will be flying.
Dogs and cats living together.
Exactly.
Mass hysteria.
Just done. And then the fourth film that comes out this week, Bruce Willis, John Malkovich, Helen Mirren, Mary Louise Parker, Red 2. Continuing storyline about the retired CIA agent and team of operatives tracking down, this time, a nuclear device. Jacob, let's start with you.
Absolutely loved Red 2. Of all the movies I saw this week, Red 2 is my favorite. Script is fantastic. It's hilarious. Plus, it's got great action. All the actors, the cast is great, except for one casting, and I think Catherine Zeta-Jones does not play a Russian spy very well, and it's just
who cares?
Come on.
She doesn't play that very well. Other than that,
Jones, man.
Other than that, it's a great movie. I give it an 8 out of 10.
I actually go a little bit higher than that.
Really?
The one complaint that I do have is his. The same one.
Guys,
Catherine Zeta-Jones does not play a Russian agent that well. If they had made just about any other nationality, it would have been fine. For a Russian agent, I'm thinking, I don't know, Famke Janssen like that.
Yeah.
She just doesn't pull it off that well to me. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. To me, this is among my favorite movies of the year so far.
Really?
Yeah. I think my favorite film of the year so far has been Iron Man 3. This one is second right behind it.
No kidding.
For me, 8.5 out of 10. I just actually thoroughly enjoyed it. And I can say this about, finally, a sequel. You go from the first one, when you really like it, you go to the second one, and all of a sudden it's just like this major drop-off for the vast majority of sequels. This actually keeps the momentum, the feel, the fun, the humor, and the action from the first into the second one. I didn't see hardly any drop-off, if any at all. And I can see them making a third one.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I
Well,
can
it's
see them
Hollywood.
making a
If
third.
it makes money, they'll make a third one.
I don't see how this wouldn't make money, to be real honest with you. If anybody's got a brain, go see this
I
one.
don't know.
Just like the first one, John Malkovich makes Red 2.
I'm so excited, man.
So
I'm so excited.
funny.
No kidding. Yeah.
I can see it getting buried. I didn't even know it was coming out until like last week.
I actually was thinking that it might be close between it and the other film for the
I'm
number one
thinking
slot.
what might happen
Good
here.
possibility.
What I'm thinking. The Conjuring. I kind of can see where you're coming from when you
Right.
say that could be number one, because you think Turbo, which we've just ripped. Plus, there are two other animated films that
great
are out
animated
there.
films, yeah.
So you're talking 3 animated films that are out there right now. You're talking
action out
Red
there,
2 and
too.
R.I.P.D., which are two action films coming out in the same week, where you still have Man of Steel, you still have White House Down, whatever. World War Z, Lone Ranger, Pacific Rim. I mean, you think about it, those are just in the top 10.
We need a break.
These guys are just going to all eat each other for money. So, yeah, I could see where The Conjuring would be there. And I could see where Red 2 might get swamped. I'm telling you, if you have not seen Red 2, go see Red 2.
Yeah,
it's worth it. Absolutely. Coming out next week, we're going to talk about a couple of different films. I'm not worried about next week. We will. Okay, The Wolverine. That's the one that we're all looking forward to.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The Wolverine.
Yep, The Wolverine. The To-Do List, Blue Jasmine, Drug War. And Ryan, you've heard some early reviews on The Wolverine. What are you hearing?
Yeah, one review in particular from Total Film Magazine. Unfortunately, they gave this film 3 out of 5 stars. They're saying that this does make up for the lackluster of Origins Wolverine, the first film in this Wolverine franchise particularly, but not by much. They're a little disappointed in this one.
I hated the first one.
It was
Origins.
awful.
Origins Wolverine?
Origins was terrible.
Apparently, I'm in the minority that actually enjoyed that one.
I'm
with
enjoyed
you on that
Origins.
Okay.
I enjoyed
All right, so
Origins.
You got a couple of people that liked it.
I hated
Me
that the
personally,
montage of his whole life was in 2 minutes.
I was fine with
I
that.
was like when the trailer makes out like you're going to bring it to this epic tale of how he survived through the years, and that's like a 3-minute montage. You just watch the trailer.
Yeah,
I'm still just mad that they screwed up Deadpool. That
was the part that bothered
Lord.
me.
He will never get over that.
No.
All right, AJ, which prize pack are we doing first? What do you want to do?
We're going to do the Grown Ups 2 prize pack. We'll take the one that's the medium shirt.
All right. So if you got somebody, you or somebody in your family has a medium shirt.
Yes.
Caller number.
Let's let Dustin.
Oh, Dustin. All right.
Yes.
He's got
making
the power.
the executive decision over
In
there.
honor of Turbo, I say caller 5.
Because right now that's the best number Turbo's gotten all show. Caller number 5, 9411011, toll free 866-551-9933. Going to win the Grown Ups 2 prize pack right here from the fastest hour in radio.
For up-to-date movie and TV news, find us on Twitter at 101 Roundtable.
I got Dustin over there. He's making faces. What are you making faces at?
What on earth?
That rejoiner was epic. Who was
By
in
the
the
way-
bathroom for that one?
Yeah, right.
What was epic in what way? The epic is look that. I can't talk right now.
As in totally caught me off guard.
Well, you're not the only one that got caught off guard.
Surprised.
By the way, for those of you that are curious, Steely Dan actually showed up in the movie R.I.P.D.
yes,
Really?
Yes.
yes.
It's kind of funny the way that they
not
said
the actual band members,
No.
but the
song.
music.
Yeah, the music was playing in the waiting room when Ryan Reynolds' character died.
Very creative way to do it. It was pretty funny.
It was well done. So
Why are you trying to get me not to see this now?
Listen, go
see Red 2. You'll be all right. That said, we were giving away a prize pack here a minute ago, a Grown Ups 2 prize pack, which included a medium-sized T-shirt. Josh, can you wear a medium-sized T-shirt?
No, my daughter does.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Congratulations to you, Josh. You got the entire package here. Congratulations to you. Hope you and the family enjoy it. Have you seen the film?
No, not yet. We're going to go this weekend.
Are you? Okay. Do me a favor. Call me back next Friday during the show and tell me what you think about Grown Ups 2, okay?
I sure will.
All right, Josh. Congratulations. Dustin, I take it you told him all the information he needs to come pick it up. I'm going to put you back on hold, Josh. He's going to get all the information he needs from you, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Hold on. Thank you so much, Josh. We appreciate it very, very much. All right. Out in limited release, by the way, and if you really need to go see a limited release film with the 4 that we were talking about, I don't know what's wrong with you. But The Act of Killing, which is a foreign documentary, Big Words, Blackfish, D-Day, Only God Survives. Again, for some reason, it's out in limited release for the second weekend in a row. Ryan Gosling, Kristen Thomas. All right, here we go. Last week we saw, well, sort of. Some of us did. Anyway, Johnny Depp, it was as Tonto in The Lone Ranger. However, he is slated, according to some people, to go back for another round of a character that he's played once. David, you found out about this. We're not talking about another round of Captain Jack Sparrow.
No, sir. We're talking about Alice in Wonderland 2, and Tim Burton is not coming back. It is James Bobbin, who directed Flight of the Conchords, The Muppets, the Ali G Show.
Love me some Flight of the Conchords.
But it's important to note, though, that this is actually coming on the heels of insiders predicting that The Lone Ranger is going to lose Disney at least $150 million.
I can see that.
I mean
this thing is tanking fast.
It's tanking fast, but it did fairly well its opening weekend.
It's at $71.5 million.
That's not good
right now. So yeah, it's gonna
not for a quarter of $1 billion.
So he's going back to the well, man.
Yeah, but he's going without Tim Burton.
That might be a good thing.
Yeah, because Tim Burton... No, I don't think it's a good thing. Tim Burton was the only good thing about Alice in Wonderland. The thing is... Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, it wasn't my favorite thing, but it was okay because of Tim Burton. Hollywood, I'm so sick of sequels. I just want to be like, stop making sequels, make original things. But
how many times have we said there are no original ideas coming out of Hollywood?
Well, they're not going to, because now movies have to make money in theaters, or they won't make money at all because of the decline of DVD sales.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're saying, we can't trust original content, or it could flop. We have to go with things people recognize. So that's why they're sequeling the living crap out of everybody.
Yeah, brand recognition is very important.
Right now, because everything's in the theatrical,
no longer
in the
Pacific
DVD.
Rim because of that.
Yeah.
All right, David, real quick, you saw a report possibly going to be a movie about the Marvel Comics character Doctor Strange?
It's just a rumor at this point, but they're talking about, the word is that Marvel executives are talking about Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Doctor Strange.
That'd be the one thing that might actually pull this thing out of everyone else going, who?
I love the character. It's actually one of my favorite Marvel characters, and I think the casting, if they do cast Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I think that's a great casting. It's perfect character for him.
Why is Robin doing that?
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, and that was exactly what I was about to ask. Considering his role in Batman, in the last Batman, The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, but I mean, if we can have a Captain America that's also the Human Torch,
Okay, touche.
But to be fair, the movie hasn't even been officially announced.
True.
Yeah.
It's rumored to be announced at Comic-Con this weekend.
So we might have more information next week. Ryan, movie directed by Steve McQueen. I'm not talking about the famous actor. He's, of course, dead, but the son of the famous actor. Michael Fassbender film. It's entitled 12 Years a Slave. It features Sarah Paulson. Paul Dano, what do you know about this film? What's it about, and when's it coming out?
Well, 12 Years a Slave is about it's based on the true story of Solomon Northup, who is a slave back in those times, 1800s, 1900s, something like that, and it's going to be hitting theaters everywhere in the month of October.
Any kind of buzz on this?
Other than the trailer, not much. But I got to say, though, after watching the trailer, I'm a fan of true stories, depending on the story, but this one in particular looks pretty darn good. Plus, you got an all-star cast with Brad Pitt, Fassbender, and everybody in there, so I'm going to see it.
Okay. I almost felt... I mean, when I watched I saw the names, I was like, wow. And then at first the trailer really got me. I almost feel this is one of those movies that they're like trying to force you to feel like the film is awesome. like this will be the next Forrest Gump like kind of movie, or this will be the next classic film that you're going to love. So watch
Amistad.
it. Yeah, and that's what the way they're presenting it to you, and I almost don't trust that. I almost feel like it's going to suck because they're trying to convince me so badly that it's going to be awesome.
Jacob, I really wish Josh would let his feelings be known.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
he needs to be more open with his feelings.
Just share it with the group.
Come on, man, you're on the radio. Have some fun.
I'm hopeful about it, but this summer, I have been burnt. I had such high expectations, and honestly, if Pacific Rim is what I'm raving about at the end of this long, bloody summer, I don't know how I feel about movies right now.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
All right, ready for the superhero portion of the movie news? Because we always get here.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Marvel here real quick, and let's talk about Hugh Jackman. We talked about it during the break. He's pretty much etched his name in stone. I don't think any of us here can picture anybody else playing Wolverine on the big screen.
I wouldn't say stone per se. I would actually say adamantium.
There you go. Nice. Hugh Jackman got into an interview and talked about his character and the Avengers?
Yeah, he actually wants his character, the Wolverine, in the future Avengers movies. He also wants to see Spider-Man in the next coming Avengers movies. He has actually spoken with people at Marvel about the possibility, and Marvel has basically said it could happen. Basically, Fox and Sony would have to agree to a certain share of the profits from the movie to get the two characters in. So it's basically a really, really, really long shot, but it would be really awesome if they could do it. These are two characters that were added to the Avengers comic books in probably I'd say probably around 2000, and they've become the two of the more popular characters in Avengers.
Ryan, we've talked about crossovers. Obviously, the name Quicksilver comes to mind because it's going to appear in the next Avengers film, but also in the next X-Men Days of Future Past. Is this overkill for the Avengers? I mean, you got to remember, this is the group that made $600 million last year. Is this overkill, or is this what it needs?
No, I mean, the Avengers are doing just fine on their own. No problems there. But at the same time, I mean, come on. This would be even bigger history than anything we've seen movie-wise. You get Wolverine, Spider-Man, you get a bunch of the X-Men thrown into the mix. I'm telling you, if Marvel, Fox, and Sony were smart enough, they would sit at a table, work out a deal with everybody involved so everybody gets, good amount of money or whatever it is that they need to get this production going, and they can make the greatest movie in history.
I will say this, and you may know more about this, Josh, than I do, being kind of on a little bit more on the inside than we are. But if I'm Sony, who has the rights to Spider-Man, I'm jumping on this because, dude, this thing made $600 million last time. You throw Spider-Man and you throw Wolverine in there, there's a really good chance you're going to get another $600 million bank take, maybe even higher. And Sony right now is in bad need of making a profit.
Yeah.
I was just itching to scream it out. Honestly, I doubt that it's Sony and Fox that are having the problem coming to the table.
Yeah.
I imagine it's the fat, rich Avengers franchise executives that are sitting around saying, do we want to share it with Sony and Fox? Screw them. We don't need them.
Yeah.
We're making billions of dollars off these characters. Why would we want to share it with our competitors?
Well, I mean, it was Fox, wasn't it, last year, who said that they wouldn't they would give up the rights to the Daredevil movie, and like Marvel wanted
there's a loss.
Marvel wanted
Galactus
and Silver Surfer for the Avengers stuff, and they were willing to give them Daredevil, and they said no.
What does this look like?
I would too.
They all sit around at the table.
I would love to be.
I'll
come up with something better.
I'll take the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, but you could make a great standalone Daredevil film, but what is Galactus and Silver Surfer without the Avengers?
Yeah,
it's like they're playing poker and they're all trying to bluff with deuces. I mean, come on, people.
I would love to see this discussion. Is it like mega nerds?
Step it up a little bit.
It sounds to me like they're like trying to trade them off like baseball players.
Exactly.
Like, I'll give you this pitcher for one of your prospects.
I almost guarantee you, none of these executives know anything about golf.
I just kind of imagine that the characers are in the room there. Just
I'll give you this 3-year veteran who averaged 206 for this pitcher who had a lifetime ERA of 10.25.
Well, the main question I would have on this one is, why would they want the Silver Surfer on this one and Galactus when people are already going to be sitting there saying, okay, he was Galactus was already killed.
You have a thought on this, Dustin?
My only thought is I really need to get caught up because I'm telling you right now,
How far behind are
talking about this, I'm looking at the entire cast right now as we speak of The Big Bang Theory.
You know what?
No,
I will actually accept that. Let's see here.
I am a nerd.
Let's stick with Marvel here real quick. Progress on an X-Force movie here, Jacob?
Yeah, it looks like this is more than just a rumor. I mean, again, it's still not completely confirmed, but it seems that Fox has picked a writer and director for the X-Force movie. They've picked Jeff Wadlow, who wrote and directed Kick-Ass 2.
That's a terrible idea.
So,
we saw the preview for Kick-Ass 2 today again, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, I don't
know.
What has happened to Jim Carrey? He's not even funny.
Doesn't matter. Kick-Ass 2 is going to suffer.
I loved the first movie. I hope the second movie is just as good. And the source material is really good. So
I actually fell asleep.
I agree with
during
Jacob
the
about the
first
execution.
one.
We'll see about the execution, I think, is where it comes. Let's go from Marvel to DC real quick. More updates on the proposed Justice League film. David, you've been hearing some rumors about this. What are the latest rumors you came across?
Yeah, there's some really weird rumors going around that some Harry Knowles from Ain't It Cool News apparently got a sheet from a company, and that's closely related with all of the studios and who put out their releases. And for 2015, they have Ant-Man on there. They have Justice League listed on there, but also Batman.
I don't see how you couldn't have a Justice League without Batman, though. Yeah, it has to be.
But
I mean,
as
that's
a standalone
iconic
Batman
from when we were a
movie.
kid.
You know what's funny is one of the executives on the film that I was working on was a production accountant for Warner Brothers, and they spent $20 million in pre-production for a Justice League film, and it was starring as Batman was Armie Hammer.
yeah, I saw something.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it was this week or maybe last week where he was, and I don't remember what he said, but he was saying something about making comments on why it fell through.
Yeah, he was the production accountant. His name was Daryl. He's a great guy, and he said that they spent $30 million in pre-production, costumes, sets. They were going to shoot it in New Zealand, in some places, and shoot it in some cities. And they just cut it. They were going to spend about $150 or something like on it. So
that was the George Miller take, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was going to be Armie Hammer was going to play Batman.
What'd you say, Ryan? What'd you say, Ryan?
No, I said, yeah, Armie Hammer would have played Batman. And I got to be honest with you, the more I look at him, the more I can see him as a Dark Knight.
I really want Michael Fassbender.
No, he's not the Dark Knight.
Watch your tone, boy.
I have one question.
Yeah.
When are they going to find one Batman and stick with him?
Never.
When contracts and money goes away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good Lord.
I don't see that happening. I really don't. All right, here we go. Let's go to another Disney film. Ryan, you found out about a film called Saving Mr. Banks. Apparently it's a Disney movie about the making of a Disney movie.
Yes, sir. Starring the one and only Tom Hanks, Emma Thompson, as well as Paul Giamatti, among others. It's a story about how the film Mary Poppins came to life based on the novel of the same name, and there was a lot more going on than the fans originally thought. This film's going to hit theaters everywhere for December 20th, so it's going to hit during the holiday season of 2013. And I got to be honest with you, Tom Hanks, Emma Thompson, this looks pretty darn good.
I saw the preview. I'm in.
Yeah.
I think it looks good, Josh.
I'm a Disney nerd.
All
day
I guess
long.
that's it. Done. We're done with Josh.
I'm excited.
Jacob?
Oh yeah, I definitely want to see it. I saw the preview for it, and it's like, this looks like, I loved it. Tom Hanks as Walt Disney. I thought it was a perfect casting.
It actually looks
Yeah,
good. If you haven't seen the preview, go check it out.
I'll definitely plan on it, and if it's anything like y'all say, yeah, my wife will definitely be on it because she's just like Josh is, really big Disney nerd. Sorry, dear.
I'll pay to watch Tom Hanks kick the ground. Like, he's got that good of an actor. I'll watch Tom Hanks do anything.
There you go. Boondock Saints 3.
Oh, yes.
And then possibly a TV show, David?
That's what it's looking like. Troy Duffy has stated that he is about halfway through writing the third script for the Boondock Saints. We don't have a lot of information on it except that he's talking about this idea of them breaking out of prison and the Catholic Church being behind them and supporting them.
Perfect.
Well, that was what it seemed like in the end of the second one.
Right. And as for the TV show, it's sounding like he's talking about doing the Boondock Saints for a new generation. So it sounds like he's going to reboot it, which I would really rather not see.
It'd be interesting to see that.
I don't know about a reboot on that one. I would say stick with the storyline on that one.
But as far as Boondock Saints 3 is concerned, Sean Patrick Flannery and Norman Reedus are both still attached to it, and he's hoping to get Willem Dafoe back in the fold.
Willem.
Oh, yes. Agent Smecker.
Anthony Hopkins, Colin Farrell. Anthony Hopkins, I'm in. Colin Farrell, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Film is called Solace. Jacob, tell me more.
Yeah, I remember telling you about this story, and now I'm trying to put it all back together of what I actually did. This is the Walt Disney Studios president of production, Sean Bailey, has co-wrote this script. It stars Anthony Hopkins. He is a psychic crime analyst who comes out of retirement to help a couple of FBI agents catch a killer, Colin Farrell, who has supernatural powers. Reading that description, this sounds like a disaster.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That said,
Colin Farrell in it, yeah.
that said, Chris comes in. Yeah, Chris comes in and he talks about wants to talk about Disney because apparently we've all just gushed over Disney. Hi, Chris. What you thinking?
How y'all doing?
Good. You?
Oh, doing well. It's not often I agree with Josh, but Josh, you go on, stand proud to be a Disney nerd, because I am too.
Disney nerds unite!
Yes.
It just went to the park again in March.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was great.
March is actually really a good time to go there because the weather's actually pretty good.
Did you go to
too.
Disney World or Disneyland, Orlando or California?
Oh, Disney World.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've never been to Anaheim. I'd like to go, but
that's awesome.
That's just so far away.
Yeah.
And one more thing before you let me go.
What you got?
I haven't heard anybody say anything about it, but I work at night, so I don't get in until about 10 or 11. But Sharknado is waiting on the DVR for me.
Oh, good Lord. When you watch it sometime this weekend. Call me back. Give me a review next week, okay?
Certainly will. I can't believe you guys haven't done it. It's like
I actually haven't found it again. I do want to put it on. I mean, as much bad press as this thing has got, I have to watch it.
Land Shark.
It's one of those. I was telling my buddy. I was like telling my buddy, like, man, I got to know.
Yeah, exactly. It's gotten so much pre-publicity. I look forward to hearing your review next week, Chris.
All right, take care.
Thanks, guys. All right, real quick, when we went to go see Turbo, we saw a trailer for a film called How to Train Your Dragon 2. Beautiful film, at least it looks like it. When's it coming out, Jacob?
It's coming out June 20th, 2014. Haven't seen the first one, but the trailer for the second one looks fantastic.
It's
beautiful. It's gorgeous.
We saw, at the beginning of Turbo, some 20 minutes of previews, and it was all animated films.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of animated stuff coming out. But you, Josh, you were kind of thinking,
I'm not excited about
downhill here.
Sequels, but I mean, How to Train Your Dragon 1, first of all, shame on you, Jacob. You need to watch
I need
that
to see
film.
that
is
one.
one of the greatest animated films ever.
I've got it saved on DVR. I'm going to have to watch it myself.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Oh, my word.
I haven't
Go
either.
watch it.
Neither of y'all have seen it?
Very well might may possibly be one of my
real quick thing
favorite,
right out the window.
One of my favorite animated films. And so I have high hopes, but I'm kind of scared for this.
All right. We've got a pair of passes to go check out a film of your choice sometime between now and the end of this year at Amstar Theaters.
Wow.
That's how long these tickets are good for. So you can keep them in your hot little hands until December the 31st. But if you don't use them by December 31st, they're done. Dustin?
Caller number 1.
Ooh. 941-1011, toll free 866-551-9933. You get those passes. A little bit of foreshadowing. We got some Hawaii 5-0 news coming up here in just a few minutes. Let's get to the phones here real quick. Is this the same, Chris, by the way, Dustin?
That's a negative.
That's a negative. All right. Chris, you were quick on the phone there, man.
Yeah, I wasn't even calling to win. I was calling
It was
about How
just-
to Train Your Dragon.
Okay, real quick, congratulations to you. The tickets are yours. They're good for any movie that you want to go see between now and December 31st, okay?
Oh, wonderful.
All right, good. I'm going to put you on hold as soon as we're done. You're done with your comment, and Dustin will get all the information. So, okay, you wanted to talk about How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Well, yeah, first off, the guy who hasn't seen it on an entertainment show, how have you not seen that movie? It is the greatest animated movie that's ever been made, and the reason it's so beautiful is because Roger Deakins sits down with all the CG artists and actually explains to them the lighting.
Oh, cool.
Of the movie.
He's a famous DP.
And Roger Deakins is the greatest cinematographer that's ever walked the earth.
He's selling it.
Wow.
I like it.
God, no, that is completely true. It was different looking. Like all the DPs I know said it was nothing like any other animated film they've seen. It was like a real film, the way they shot it.
I'm looking forward to it.
All the DPs that you know, like me.
Yeah, like you.
Oh, goodness.
There you go.
Chris, congratulations to you. I'm going to put you on hold. Dustin's going to pick up. He's going to get all the information that we need, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Chris. We appreciate it very much. Well, let's before we go any further, let's go to Darren, too. Darren wanted to comment. Hey, Darren, how are you?
Hey, thank you. Thank you for taking my call.
Appreciate you calling.
Car buffs, I'd like to say happy birthday to two movie star cars, to the Lotus and Spirit, the James Bond submarine car that everyone loved, 50 years old, and also to
Hard to believe.
Bruce Wayne's favorite car, the Lamborghini, is also 50 years old. So
hey, there you
happy
go.
Birthday to those
I like
two
it.
car companies.
I like it.
Who doesn't like Lamborghinis?
Absolutely. I'd like to drive one. I can't afford one. To take a check?
One thing, Fast and Furious 7, hopefully they'll have Chevrolets, like the Corvette and the Z28.
It'd be nice. Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more American iron in there. That would be kind of fun.
And thank you for taking my call.
Darren, I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. Not only did he give happy birthday to cars, which I'm into, he made it actually work into entertainment as well. Very well done.
That was funny. The last caller, Chris, he was actually the DP on Mom's Night Out.
Oh,
I didn't recognize his voice till he said, "You mean like all the DPs, like me?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Chris Gilliam."
There it is. Got it.
That was funny.
All right, kind of a thin week for Blu-ray releases here this week. Only Robotech 2, a 2-movie collection. Robotech?
Oh.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember it, but I don't really.
Jets that turn into robots.
Yeah.
It's Transformers. And
it's got a pilot.
GoBots.
Yeah, really. And a movie called Trance. Trance hits the store, and then you got the TV.
Yeah, I remember that one.
The TV series, the Jack Benny program, the Lost episodes, that's going way back. And Mystery Science Theater 3000, I guess this would be version number XXVI 27. There
MS3 or MST3K.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know which movie this is. It didn't tell me that. Coming out closer to Christmas, Ryan, the entire collection of the episodes of the Power Rangers?
What?
I know, it's crazy, right? Yes, sir. It's going to hit store, or it's going to be available through Shout Factory. If you go to shoutfactory.com, it's going to be 98 DVDs and over 270 hours of pure 1990s goodness. This is going all the way back from Mighty Morphin all the way to the current season, which you can see on Nickelodeon, known as Power Rangers Megaforce right now.
This is every Power Rangers episode that ever was thought about producing and putting on television.
All 20 seasons so far, yeah.
I got to ask the question, how much?
We don't have a price on it, but I will say this. Right now they're saying there's only going to be 2,000 of these editions made worldwide. I sincerely doubt that once they find out how high the demand's going to be, because if you grew up in the 1990s, like myself, you'd be smart enough to either get this set or buy the seasons on your own time, because they're going to continue to release individual seasons as time goes on, thank goodness.
If they stick to this limited edition thing, this thing's going to be $250 to $300.
And there are people out there who are willing to buy it because it's 1990s goodness.
All right. We'll see. I don't know.
Seasons 4 through 7 alone are like $109 on that same website.
Wow.
Which organs don't you need in your body?
Right.
I need all of them right now.
Because, I mean, we can just like black market one of them, right, and just go get this.
Right. What should we get for a thumbnail? Sorry. All right. So last week, we talked about it. We get to talk about it again. Whether or not the made-for-TV movie Sharknado
Land Shark
might or might not be the worst TV movie of all time. Either way, Ryan, it caught the attention of social media, and therefore, we're getting a sequel.
Yes, sir. Tentatively, it's going to be titled Sharknado 2.
Land Shark.
Yeah, and it's going to take place where else? The Big Apple of New York City. And by the way, Chris and I thought the same thing, because I actually have Sharknado saved on my DVR right now.
You have it on DVR, so you're ready to watch it too?
Yes, sir. I am ready to watch it. I'm actually going to be watching it this weekend.
Oh, we're going to have to... apparently, we're just all going to have to end up DVRing Sharknado.
Land Shark.
And reviewing it next week.
This is my payback.
Hey, I'm down. I'll get a hold of it.
Okay.
I don't even know where to find this.
It's on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
Come on.
Land Shark.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
You're in. You know it. You're in.
I'll let you guys handle that. I'm doing it.
Hey, I need something to watch. I'm almost done with Batman Brave and the Bold.
I heard someone jumps into the mouth of a shark with a chainsaw. I'm down.
Yeah.
That was Ion Ziering, by the way.
Ziering, yeah, really. Okay, over to ABC, because we got to run here real good. ABC's got the upcoming Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV series, The Return of Agent Phil Coulson. This is the guy we saw die in the movie, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So he's coming back? How are they going to explain this?
They said they're going to partly explain it in the pilot, and then they'll explain the rest of the storyline later on in the season. It's going to premiere on Tuesday night, September 24th, 8, 7 Central on ABC. And let me tell you something, Jack. If you don't watch this show or DVR it, you're in big trouble.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't stub their toe. Alphabet Network has given us plans for Rookie Blue, too, as well, right?
Yes, sir. They've given the green light to Season 5 of the pathetic soap opera cop drama known as Rookie Blue. Go figure.
All right. We've heard, CW Network, CBS, they've talked about it. ABC has announced the premiere dates for their 2013-2014 season. Give us some of the highlights.
Yes, sir. Other than the epicness that is going to be Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you got the Once Upon a Time spin-off, or Once Upon a Time is going to start its season on Sunday night, September the 29th. The Once Upon a Time in Wonderland spin-off is going to premiere on Thursday night, October the 10th at 8, 7 Central, and this is only on ABC.
Okay, so, all right. Mid to late September.
Yes, sir, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to be on everyone's mind.
Yeah, like I said, I'm watching it. Okay, over to CBS, and we came back from our last break with the music. We're going to go back to the islands for this season, Hawaii Five-0. It's going to look a bit like the old ABC show Lost. Why, Ryan?
Because Lost alum are going to make appearances, such as Terry O'Quinn, Henry Ian Cusick as Desmond, best character ever, and he's going to guest star in the premiere as a member of a terrorist group known as the National Liberation Movement, and Jorge Garcia Hurley's back as a conspiracy theorist.
And, of course, we got Daniel Day Kim, who's been a regular, so there you go. All right, over to the Fox Network, and it's been a long time since I've watched a Simpsons episode. I might check this out. You found out 2 of the longer-running shows on the network going to be doing a crossover stunt?
That's right, but it's going to be fall 2014. Right. All right. Family Guy is doing a crossover where they leave Quahog and go to Springfield.
Yes.
Meet up with the Simpsons. The press release says that Stewie will become infatuated with Bart and his ancient ways of prankdom. And
I would have thought he would have been infatuated with Lisa.
Or Maggie.
Well, Lisa is going to take Meg and try to find something she's good at, while Homer and Peter argue about whether Pawtucket or Duff is the best beer.
Oh God!
Well, I mean, they kind of this season they kind of already did kind of a crossover where one of the voice actors from The Simpsons went and did an episode of a guest star on Family Guy, and one of what's his name, Seth MacFarlane.
Green or MacFarlane?
Well, both of them are on the show.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Seth Green or MacFarlane?
Seth MacFarlane did a guest star on The Simpsons, so they.
Well, last season, Family Guy straight up they walked into a house full of The Simpsons.
Yeah,
the Simpsons
We've just opened a little portal to the nerds here. We're all talking Family Guy.
All right. Real quick here, and this is because we're talking about the Emmys and, whatever. Let's take a quick look, because they announced the nominees. What are some of the highlights here?
Well, one of the highlights was House of Cards is nominated for Best Series, which is interesting.
Is not even on TV.
Not on TV. So first time something that's not even on TV is on there.
Excellent.
But you've got lead actor in a drama series. You got Hugh Bonneville in Downton Abbey, Bryan Cranston, Jeff Daniels, John Hamm, Kevin Spacey, Damian Lewis.
There's a lot of premium TV in this.
Yeah.
That's effectively what I'm saying. Just tell me Big Bang Theory got comedy.
I'm looking for it. Sorry. Yeah, comedy series is Big Bang Theory, 30 Rock, Girls, Louie, Modern Family, and Veep.
And the others win again.
Ryan, how do we get in touch with you if we are looking to have questions answered?
Go to Facebook.com/The RPM Show. Film or TV, we'd love to hear from you.
We're looking forward to hearing from you next week. Josh, Mike, David, Jacob, Dustin, thank you all very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Come again.
Thank you. Come again. Bye-bye.